So you guys are ready to start for your first day of training?
Yep.
Yes, I'm excited to see the breakthroughs that are going to happen here. So to start out with the training here, I want to show you guys what the foundations are of singing. I guess because what most vocal teachers don't properly teach that makes students not grow properly is that they don't understand why they're doing exercises, and they don't understand how to correct things in your voice. Like, the whole goal throughout the 6 weeks is for you to understand how to properly correct your voice. And that way, you know, when I'm not around, you know, okay, this is off, I need to work on this. This thing here is off, I need to work on this. Okay, does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so singing is basically built off of 3 different foundations. Okay, one is known as what is called actuation. The other one is known as vibration, and the third one is known as resonation. Okay, so actuation, that has to do with our lungs, and that's where the start of your breath support and the start of vocal technique is, and that's what we're going to work on with this first week of training.
Nice.
Okay, so like breathing, that's what affects how you talk. That's what affects, you know, how the rest of your muscles in your body. So it helps them to be relaxed so that you can make a proper, clear, beautiful vocal sound. Okay, the third foundation is what is known as resonation. That has to do with the vocal cords, or also known as vocal folds. Those are basically 2 little tiny bits of muscle tissue about as thin as your fingernails. Those are pretty much vibrating at really, really high frequencies whenever it is that we're talking or singing or anything it is that we do. So one of the misconceptions a lot of people have about, like, when they're singing higher pitches, like when you're singing a higher pitch, you're not actually going higher in your body, or when you're singing a lower pitch, you're not going lower in your body. It's actually those vocal cords stretching wider and narrower. So really you should think of pitch as more on a flat plane. Like if I go higher in pitch, like sort of like visualize a rubber band almost stretching, and like when you're going those lower notes, like visualize like your vocal cords as a rubber band, like compressing more.
That's beautiful.
Yes, no, thank you. Okay, and then the third foundation is what is known as resonation. So this has to do with the lips, the teeth, and the tongue. This is how you shape the sound that you're making with your voice. Okay, so that's going to be things like, that's where you get different stylistics of singing music. Like, you know, I could hit a pitch and go like, la, and that's just a regular like singing tone. Or I could hit it, slightly change my vowels and get a more operatic tone, like, la. Or I could change up the way that I'm phrasing my mouth and get a more rocky tone, like, la. Or like up in pitch like that. Or if you're going up on like, oh, did you notice like my face and my mouth, there's different ways that my body is moving to shape the sound I've created through my actuation and through my vibration, and I'm morphing it through resonation. And that's also where actually accents come from. You know, like, you know, if someone has a British accent, you know, they talk more with their voice hitting their hard palate, which is basically going to be that the roof of your mouth, essentially. Or, you know, if someone's talking with like more southern accent, they're singing a little bit more, or they're talking a little bit more like in their throats or whatever. And like I said, it's all different ways that you can stylize the song that you're trying to produce with your voice. Okay, and there's actually a fourth foundation to singing as well, and that is what is known as your mindset. Singing is really 90% a mental game and 10% the actual tactics. So really a lot of like what we're going to be doing with these exercises is overcoming different mental blocks that you have, and just different mental patterns that your body naturally just goes through that block you from being able to sing properly. And one of those is what I talked about earlier, of us thinking that pitch is just higher and lower, when it's, you got to think of it as a wide plane. It's like we're going to change the way that you visualize what goes on in your body when you sing. It also has to do more in a mind-body connection of, I really want to say singing is more of something that you feel rather than something that you hear. Like a lot of these exercises, you in your own body might not hear the difference as much, but like when you're doing it properly versus improperly, you're gonna feel a little bit more of what that difference is. Okay, so pretty much what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through the training routine, and then later on, we're going to work on whatever songs it is you guys said that you want to work on throughout this week.
Cool.
Okay, so the first exercise we're going to do is going to work on our breath support, and that one is going to be, so basically we're going to break down having you guys feel what a good proper breath is. So what I want you to do, I want you to grab this little fleshy part.
Should I stand up?
Yeah, stand up. Yeah, so grab this little center part of your body and like feel that nice little squeeze. Pretty much like it should be where your middle fingers are just pointing toward your belly button. Okay? Sure. We're gonna squeeze that. We're gonna take a nice little deep breath in. So 1, 2, 3. And what you want to do is you want to make it to where the breath that you breathe in. Bless you. Bless you. Excuse me. The breath that you're breathing in is basically making your fingers push your stomach out. It's like. Okay, and we're going to do 10 total reps of that, okay? So, count 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. You should also feel some of it in your back too, like so you should feel your thumbs pressing against your body pressing against your thumbs a little bit too. You're at 8. 9. 10. Okay, so now we're going to do that same exercise. This time we're going to bend forwards and still get that same squeeze. So it's going to be a little bit harder to get that same type of grip that you got last time. But like, do you notice like how you feel like, you know, touch like your chest and like the rest of your body, like you feel a little bit more relaxation in there? Yeah. Okay, so what this is doing is we're basically isolating the muscles in our lungs and getting them used to feeling like, I need to open up, I need to feel free. Because one other big part of singing and throughout like this whole process is we're basically essentially doing therapy on our bodies to allow all the different muscles that go into the action of singing to relax and also get used to being used, because a lot of these muscles aren't used to being used. Okay, so we're going to do 10 of these same way with that nice little squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now you can. So how do you guys feel now?
A little lightheaded. Same.
Yeah, so when you first start getting into like part breathing, you are going to feel a little bit lightheaded because it's your body getting used to like, oh, whoa, I'm not used to, you know, releasing and then inhaling this much air. Okay, so I will stop for a quick, 30 seconds or a minute or so, give you guys a chance to catch your breath.
The was just rushing me down. Yeah, it was on my head. Right, that was cool. Like bending over, you can feel like a balloon in there.
Yeah, one other thing too, you guys might not have noticed, but I have because my ear's been attuned to it, is the tone of your voices is actually a little bit deeper and a little bit meatier. Because the thing is you're having more air that you're managing properly to go through your vocal cords like when you're speaking.
Dope.
Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, that same one, but this time we're going to be bending
Oh, no.
backwards like so. And this one is gonna be a little bit harder to feel that sensation, but like I said, we're just stretching out these lungs and getting them used to moving, okay? So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so the next part here that we're going to work on is
Need more
That's not tomorrow.
Good. Just testing out my new voice.
okay, so next thing we're going to do here is inhale, breath hold. But we're going to let you guys get another little break to catch your breath.
Sure.
Yeah.
But like, are you guys starting to feel it? Like, you feel like your stomach is almost like opening up. You feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like I've never done that before.
Yeah.
So that's good.
It reminds me a little bit of when I was in Gosford Park. It's like breathing to the stomach, getting that full voice of air. Yeah.
That's good to know. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is an exhale breath hold. Okay, so this one, like, you guys are really going to feel it. So what we're going to do is we're going to exhale all of our air, and we're going to hold that for 30 seconds, okay? And it's
30?
going to be like, realistically, like, you guys probably the first run through won't get it because you have to build your way up, but it's pretty much by the end of this lesson, you guys will be able to go that full 30 seconds. And like, when this is done, like, you're going to feel like almost like an intense heat in your lungs because it's like, oh man, like, I'm getting used to the full feeling of what proper air and proper breath support feels like, okay?
Okay.
So on the count of 3, I'm starting my timer here. 1, 2, 3, exhale. Timer start.
Wow. Way to go, man. That's good.
Oh man.
Whew.
Thank bro.
Oh. Like panicking pain there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one thing you'll notice is, like, as I got closer towards like the end of that 30 seconds, I was starting to like shake my body a little bit. So when you start to feel that tension come in the other parts of your body, you're gonna want to shake pretty much like, almost like violently, like you're almost like you're scared, almost kind of like this. Because what that's doing is that's reminding the other muscles and other parts of your body, hey, I need to stay focused, I need to stay grounded and centered, and I need to keep this air. Because the thing is, like, your brain's telling you like, oh man, I'm gonna die if I don't get this air. The human body can actually go like literally up to like 15 minutes without air before like you cause any damage to you.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's really just your brain like tricking you, saying, I need more air, I need more air. You can go way longer than that. Yeah, and like
Something David Blaine doesn't make sense.
mhm. Okay, we're gonna try one more round of that. You know, try to see if you guys can get up to that 30 seconds. Okay, so first, you know, take that deep breath in. Okay, other thing too about like proper deep breath. So you guys like raise your shoulders when you took a deep breath. That's not how you do like a singer's breath. So you're not allowing the air to come in properly. So when you do this, you basically are closing off the rest of your lungs, and the inhale is not as deep.
Okay.
Proper singer's breath is just supposed to be nice, relaxed, and the stomach is supposed to come out. It's like your shoulders aren't supposed to come up whatsoever. And like as like a quick little exercise, like to get you used to the sensation of releasing your shoulders, raise them up, and then just like release them down, like as if you're dropping weights. Can you do it again? One more time. And like when you're first doing this, you know, try to do this like in a mirror and like catch yourself every time, like, oh, did I raise my shoulders? And you know, like just periodically throughout the day, like go like this to your shoulders and like, and release and then take a breath. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go raise them up, release, taking our deep breath. And then we are going to exhale it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, exhale everything.
How long is that? I can see you shaking.
Okay, you went about 25. I think you dropped out at around 20.
Okay.
It's a little better.
Worse.
That's the thing, like, you know, sometimes like the second round you might not do as well. Like, even though me that I went that full 20, it was a little bit harder for me to do that full 30. It was a little bit harder for me to do that full 30 the second time.
Yeah.
But it's just, I mean, just kind of like any rep in the gym, you know, like
Sure.
literally what a lot of what applies to like working out in the gym, believe it or not, actually applies to proper vocal technique. You know, you got to get your reps in, you got to get those muscles used to moving, you got to build the strength of those muscles. And it's not all going to happen in one day. It takes time. But I will say, one of the benefits about singing is that the muscles grow a whole lot faster than they would in the gym. Like, you know, like 6 weeks of working out in the gym, you probably wouldn't see near the change that you guys are going to see throughout this program.
Sure. Sounds good.
Okay.
How many times doing that? How many times doing that?
Okay, like how much more of a break do you guys feel you need before you're,
I can do it again.
Yeah.
okay.
But let me know when, because I think I inhaled too
Mhm.
early, and then I was already out of breath by the time we started. So, yeah, let me know when to inhale.
Okay, and like I said, squeeze shoulders up. And also, the squeeze shoulder up part, you're not going to do that like once you actually master not lifting your shoulders up. You're just doing that right now to get used to it. So, up, release, and inhale. And then exhale everything out. Oh.
Gosh, dang
What's that at that?
Okay, you did about 20. Yours was right at 23.
it. 3? No way. That was like 28.
Or actually, no, I think 25. Yeah, probably more like 25.
Yeah.
Okay, like I said, we're getting close. Like each of you is doing better and better every single step of the way on this. Okay, so for the sake of time, we're going to move on to the next one here. By the end of the day, like I said, be practicing this like while you're grabbing other stuff. Like by the end of the day, for sure, you guys are going to be able to go that full 30 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, so the next one that we're going to do here is an inhale breath hold. So this one's going to be a little bit easier. Okay? So this one, just going to take a nice deep breath in, and this time we're going to hold it for a full minute. Because it's a lot easier to do an inhaled breath hold than, trust me, like doing we started out the hard one where, you know, doing the easier one for the second round. You're going to feel a drastic difference, like, oh, I feel it in my body, like I'm learning how to maintain my breath. Okay, so sit shoulders up and then release, and then deep breath in. You lifted your chest up there. That's I'd say that's the main reason why you haven't been able to go the full 30 seconds.
That makes sense.
So, like I said, you're not supposed to lift your shoulders up or your chest up when doing a proper breath. So it all comes down. Your stomach basically needs to expand like you're pregnant. Yes, like that. Pretty much.
All right.
Okay, so deep breath in.
Wait, I'm not prepared yet.
Oh yeah, forgot. Lifting the shoulders up just to train our bodies. Release, deep breath in. Timer start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you went 39 seconds, and glad you're able to make it for that full minute. Congrats.
Thank the Lord.
Proud of you.
That was better. I was a little scared going in. We were like 5 seconds. I was like, this is not easier. We got to 30. I was like, okay.
Well, like it felt easy in the first like 30 seconds of it, but then I started like feeling like my heart, I could feel the blood pumping through me and everything.
Mm-hmm.